Hello everyone, I am MD Abir Arifin Khan from Deforil International University and welcome to my first video. In this video, we will discuss about Caesar Cipher algorithm, how it's work and its code. So without any ado, let's start the video. So at first, what is Caesar Cipher? It is known as one of the earliest cryptography technique invented by Julius Caesar at 58 BC. It is a substitute cipher technique where each letter in the plaintext is shifted by a certain alphabet. In Caesar cipher algorithm, we must know some key terms. At first, plaintext, which is referred as P, the cipher text, which is referred as C, and the key, which is referred by K. So how this algorithm works or how the encryption works? When we send a plain text, we decrypt it with the encryption key and the receiver will encrypt the code again with a decryption key. It's a type of symmetric key encryption, means the key is used for encryption and decryption will be the same. So let's see the encryption process. To understand the process, at first we must know this formula, which is ciphertext equals to plaintext plus key. Here we will calculate them by using their individual index number, and how we'll get the index number we will see it in the example. And there is an additional rules, which is if the result of index number of C is greater than 26, we will mod the result to get a value in range. The encryption process with an example. At first, my plaintext is system and key is 5, and I assume A equals to 1, B equals to 2, C equals to 3, and followed by Z equals to 26. These are the index number of the letters. At first, I write the plaintext. Now I write the index of these letters, and here is the encryption key. Now we will calculate the index of ciphertext by adding plaintext index and key. Here 19 plus 5 equals to 24, 25 plus 5 equals to 30, and so on. Here we find 30 is out of range because English alphabet has only 26 letters. To get it in the range, I calculate its mode by divided it with 26 and I get 4. And this will be the index of ciphertext. And this is the ciphertext, which is X, D, X, Y, Z, R. And this is the plain text and this is the ciphertext. And my encryption process is end here. Now I will decrypt X, D, X, Y, Z, R and see if we found the plain text back. So at first we should look into the rules of decryption process. Here we see another formula, which is plaintext equals to ciphertext minus key, and there is an additional rule, which is if the result of index of C is smaller than 0, we will calculate it with this equation, which is index of C plus 26 into multiplier of Ci. So for the example, the ciphertext equals to xdxyzr. Key will be the same because I mentioned earlier encryption key and decryption key both will be the same for Caesar cipher algorithm, and index also will. At first, C, which is xdxyzr, and their indexes are 24, 4, 24, 25, 10, 18. Now for and the key will be the added. So for get calculate pi, we will follow the formula which is c minus p equals to c minus k, and here are the index which are 19, minus 1, 19, 25, 13. Here minus 1 is less than 0. As I mentioned earlier, in that case we will add minus 1 will with 26 into multiplier of 1, and we will get 25. Now we will write down the letter according to its index, and we can retrieve the plain text which is system, and this is the decryption process. So now let's move to the code. In this code, the main method is all about the user interface and the user interaction. So we will skip this part and direct move to the encryption method. This method takes two parameters. The text is to encrypted and the integer key represent the shift value for the Caesar cipher. It initializes a string builder named result to store the encrypted text. It iterates through each and every character using an enhanced for loop. For each character, it checks if it's a letter using the character is letter method. If the character is a letter, it determines whether it's in uppercase or lowercase by use a ternary operator. It calculates its original position by subtracting the base from the character's ASCII value. It calculates the new position for the letter, the alphabet after applying the Caesar cipher encryption by adding the key value to the original position and taking the modulus of 26 to handle wrapping around the alphabet. It calculates the new character by adding the base value to the new position, ensuring that it's wrapped around if necessary by using this equation. If the character is not a result, it appends unchanged to the result, and after processing the all characters in the input text, the method returns to encrypted text as a string by calling result to string. So now for decryption, the decryption method also has two parameters, which is ciphertext and an integer value key. Instead of implementing a separate decryption algorithm, we can utilize the encryption method with a modified key. Here decrypt methods call the encrypt method with a negative value of original key, and the result of encrypt method with negative key will return as a decrypt. So now we will run this code. Let's enter the text which is system, and my key is 5, and I choose encryption, and that's why I choose 1. And here we can see the encrypted message is xdxyzr. And now for the decryption, xdxyzr, my key is 5, and decryption I choose 2, and we can see system. So I return my plain text again. So, and this is all about Caesar cipher algorithm, and thank you for your time. Allah Hafiz.